Greetings everyone, and welcome to the final part of Tiny Toon Adventures, Babs' Big Break. And yeah, Babs is excited because she's on the verge of starting her acting career, but there's this one little obstacle named Montana Max, and he wants to shut the theater down. Yeah. Oh, and guess what, folks? Montana Max is responsible for, well, roadblocking Babs because, well, he can. It's one of those situations where, oh, screw the rules, I have money. And boy, in the Tiny Toons cartoons, he is one greedy little... yeah. Anyway, Babs here is introducing our helper character, well, Shirley the Loon, and our, well, quote-unquote, second helper character, Calamity Coyote. And, yeah. And what? Whoa! Fourth wall breaking! Which makes sense, because Tiny Toons is known for that sort of thing, you know? Alright, so yeah, Montana Max is going to buy that theater to essentially ruin Babs' career because, again, he can. He has money and he can do whatever he wants. As he's telling us right now. Boy, boy, boy. Yeah, that theater... oh, I can't do his voice. It's so grating and it can really hurt the throat, really. And yes, even Babs is tired of his annoying... Now, at this point, it doesn't really matter who you are as you enter Calamity's Factory because, as you're going to see in just a bit, the game will automatically switch you to Buster Bunny. Well, for this upcoming segment, at least. So, yeah. Why? Because Plucky Duck and Hampton J. Pig are cowards? Well, yeah. Well, actually, to be fair, Plucky is a coward because, well, he is. And Hampton is worried because he doesn't want to get dirty. Because, again, Hampton J. Pig is a neat freak. I told you that last part. So, yeah, it's up to Buster Bunny to, well, drive this contraption of calamities across so that he can get to Montana Max's, well, home quickly. But it doesn't really matter when we get to the end because you can switch between the three characters once you get to Montana Max's place. So that's kind of odd, really, if Buster's the one riding, and I don't know, really. Oh, Calamity. Yeah, he's pretty much the mini Wile E. Coyote, but more helpful, you know. Alright, hi, oh boy, uh-oh. Yeah, as we are jetting across this open field with bottomless pits and gems to collect, we have an obstacle in the form of Elmira Duff. Oh, that animal lover. Oh, she loves animals so much she wants to squeeze them to death. Yeah, basically what we have to do is just keep riding and avoiding Elmira. I mean, it's pretty easy to keep ahead of her if you just move forward by pressing the A button, I think. And yeah, if you just keep moving forward and stuff, she'll never hit you. And oh, oh, she lost. And there, wow, yeah, that was oddly bizarre. She was bald the entire time. Was this ever brought up in the cartoons? I'm not really sure. And you may have noticed in the air while Buster was riding and being chased by Elmira, well, there was good old Carl Condor, I think that's the name, and I don't know if he's an obstacle or not. I don't really get hit by this guy often, so yeah. And boy, Elmira is terrifying to the Toons because her animalistic ways. I mean, she even made the Warners terrified. You know, the Warners from Animaniacs, when Elmira came to that series. I mean, geez Louise, they were torturing them. And well, she was torturing them, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we have to come down here to face off against this Wolverine character. And he's essentially the mini-boss of Montana Max's lair because, well, he's holding someone hostage. A friend of ours. Who is this friend, you may ask? Well, we're going to find out once we take him out. Now, to be fair, we're not actually fighting this guy. What he's doing is he is punching the, well, I'm guessing the pillar to try to kill our character. And he is also bringing down the foundation of this little platform above, and once all the, well, platform or pillars are gone, well, you're about to see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so all we have to do now is go down this warp stump and rescue the Wolverine's captive. And hello, Shirley the Loon. Now, I do like the text got her, well, speech pattern correct, because in the cartoons, Shirley the Loon does kind of sound like a, well, valley girl. And yeah. Now, as far as I'm aware, I don't think she has a grown-up animated Looney Tune counterpart, because essentially back in the day, Looney Tunes were all men's club or something. So, yeah. So, Shirley the Loon has these psychic powers and stuff, so, well, they can be very useful coming up because, well, there's a bottomless pit between us and Montana Max's base, so we need her to get across because, yeah, she is our main helper character of this level. Now, before I head across to Montana Max's, well, they say castle, but it's really a mansion. Montana Max lives in a giant mansion because he's rich, you see. Yeah. Now, if you want, you can go down here. And here's where you can find the 2 mini-games that have been spread throughout this game. Montana Mashup and the Racing mini-game. And it's basically your last chance to get some power-ups, lives, maybe even more gems before heading off into Montana Max's lair, because once we cross that gap, it's a point of no return, folks. It's end of the game or bust. But for the sake of moving things along, I am not going to take on these minigames because what's the point at this point? I have confidence. I still got a couple of lives left, even though spoilers, I lose a life during the final battle, but yeah. And here's where good old Shirley the Loon takes over. So, yeah. Yeah, and... oh, what a loon I am. 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 Destroying the door like totally for sure. Oh, what a loon I am. Yeah, that's pretty much her catchphrase in the cartoon whenever she does her magic stuff. And I always remember Plucky Duck trying to hit on Shirley the Loon because, yeah. And Shirley usually hangs out with Babs and Fifi LaFume, so, yeah. Oh boy. Anyway, we have this section. Oh god, oh, I hate this section. Basically, we are in Montana Max's mansion, and what he's trying to do throughout this entire segment is he's trying to run us over with his big wheels. And yeah. So all we have to do is just duck into these little alcoves right here, and you should be fine, really. And just time it just right so that you can just jump out of here and move onward. Of course, there will be certain sections where there are bottomless pits to make things a little bit more challenging, and yeah. Now, the reason I'm not, like, hopping out of there immediately is because the programming is a bit finicky here. I mean, I don't know if it's the pixels or not, but sometimes when I'm pressing the jump button, it's like I'm not jumping out of here like I should. I don't get it, really. I don't understand it. Come on. And trust me, folks, I have died a number of times practicing in preparation for this LP to this guy. Well, especially this section and the section coming up. So, yeah. Run! Yeah, here's the thing. You unduck at the wrong moment, well, you're going to get rolled over. Oh, boy. Now, I'm guessing Montana Max can afford such a thing because, again, he is rich and, yeah. Look, and man, that guy has run one cool little... oh, boy. Oh, jeez Louise. Well, though I do remember a time where Montana Max went on a date with Elmira. Was it a dance or something, a prom? I'm not sure. But there was a moment that he developed a heart, but otherwise, he's pretty much a jerk in the cartoons. But that's supposed to be... I believe that's the point, really, because that makes Buster and them, well, wrecking his crap up, screwing with his mind, all the more satisfying in the end. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know this section can be a little boring, but if you just time it just right, you should be fine, really. No problem at all. It's just a matter of timing. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Come on. Ooh! Okay. Yeah, don't rush it, folks. Time it just right. It may take a while, but at least you'll be safe. at the very least, you want to get to the next section with at least 2 hearts standing by, because... come on. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Come on. Next section. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Easy. Easy. Almost there. And right there. That's the end of this section right here. And now we are free to actually move on to the next, well, to the final boss, really. Our final confrontation with Montana Max. Alright, and here he is, gloating how we are poor, blah blah blah. Money is the universal answer. Although in some ways it is kind of true in today's world, sadly. Anyway, what good old Montana Max is about to do is he's going to offer us, well, give us an offer. Pay him 500 gems to not destroy the theater. So, what's my answer to this? No. And I'm selecting no for 2 reasons. 1, obviously I don't have enough funds. And 2, it does not matter if you give him 500 gems or not. Well, if you give him 500 gems, he'll just say some different dialogue, but there will still be the final boss fight regardless. So, in a sense, you're just wasting 500 gems in the end, so don't do it. Just fight him and get it over with. Because, yeah, you're going to have to no matter what. Alright, so it's time to beat a rich brat. I'm down for it. Are you down for it? Alright, let's get it on. Let's take it on, Montel. Go! Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so what Montana Max will do is he'll hop around the room 3 times, and on the 3rd time the jump will be a bit higher, and after the 3rd jump he will do this routine, this little shake routine, and that is your cue to just stomp on his head. Now you can duck under him at the right time while jumping, or you can jump on his head like prior to a jump. However, while he's jumping, if you jump on his head, he'll be invulnerable. So, yeah. Of course, that little spike claw thing, if it manages to grab your character, it'll fling your character across the room. Thankfully, it'll only take 1 heart damage. So, yeah. Now, I was surprised to learn that the voice actor for Montana Max in the cartoon is the same guy who played Butnick in that one Nickelodeon show, Salute Your Shorts. You know, that redhead punk guy. And I believe he was also in that Terminator 2 movie. He played John Connor's best friend, you know, in the first part of the movie. So, yeah. I mean, I was surprised to learn of that. I mean, yeah. So yeah, folks, this fight can take a while. Just have patience and know when to dodge his thing, and you should be fine. And boom! So long, Montana Max. Your plan to take over the theater has been thwarted. So yeah, folks, we did it. We've beaten the game. Hip, hip, hooray. And now Babs can realize her dream of becoming an actress. Ugh, can't talk tonight, sorry. Okay, so Babs, okay, I know there's Hollywood, but what's beyond that? Let's see, this time I'm taking my act on the road. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, over land, over sea. Okay, international, that's understandable. And another galaxy? What? So, you want to entertain people like Darth Vader, or I don't know. Yeah, Babs has this one big acting ego bug, and that's how the game ends, folks. Yeah. Anyway, we are introduced to our good old cast of characters, basically our playable characters plus our helpers, and basically all the main Tiny Toon characters that have appeared. No information about the bosses, no enemies or anything. But, oh well, I mean, you play this game to get, if you're a kid and a fan of Tiny Toons, for the characters themselves, you know, because, yeah, you have your certain fans, like, some people like Buster Bunny, some people like Babs, some people like Plucky, and so on and so forth, you know? My favorite character? To be honest, I really don't have a favorite character, yeah. Oh! I forgot that Go-Go Dodo was in this game. Yeah, to be fair, I was going from point A to point B, and I kind of forgot where he was located in the game, really. People, if you've played this game before, where did he show up? I mean, another bonus level? I'm not... yeah. So, yeah, folks, that was Tiny Toon Adventures, Babs' Big Break. Very short game, an enjoyable game. Basically, your simple platformer at its finest. I don't think it's available anywhere. I mean, you can track down a Game Boy copy if you still have a Game Boy. If you want to go the emulator route, feel free to do that. I'm not stopping you. I'm just not going to tell you where to get them. Let's see, what else? Oh. Basically, after you complete the game, we'll get the end screen, and then if you press a certain button, you basically start the game all over again, except with a hard mode. So yeah, you start out with only one heart instead of two, so yeah. Hard mode. No thanks. Not doing it. I just played the game once, I am not going to do it again, and we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Now, folks, if any of you have played hard mode, is there something special when you beat it? I'm not entirely sure, because I think the ending works just fine, you know, of Babs' ego going out of control, we beat Montana Max, and everything's all hunky-dory in the end, you know? Yeah. Now, I do remember playing another Tiny Toons game in my youth, let's see, Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose for the Super Nintendo, and to be fair, to this day, I have not beaten it completely. I was just, yeah, so I'm not going to be playing that one anytime soon. Though I also remember this lame video editor from Tiny Toons. You know how those like child video editing things, like you can make your own cartoons and stuff? I played those when I was younger too, and it was kind of lame in my opinion. It was kind of bleh. Thankfully, in this day and age, I have access to more available technology for editing purposes. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching Tiny Toons, Babs' Big Break. And coming up for my Tuesday, Thursday schedule, we'll let's just say I'm going to visit another major franchise featuring some cartoon animals. So, with that, have a good night.